If you're missing out on your trip to Europe or a cruise in the Mediterranean during these times of uncertainty, join us in a virtual tour where Mary Jane will share some tips for your next tour.
Okay, hello there. We are in central Italy right now in this building that you see. And instead of being on a cruise ship with a big theater like the one I'm used to being on, so I'm going to be missing out on my cruise season also. But in the meantime, I want to share with you, until we can travel again, some of the tips of what to see when you arrive to one of my favorite places, the PAradise Peninsula, Sorrento, Amalfi, and other wonderful sites. When we get to Sorrento, whether you come with a ship or you come on your own for a week or a month, you'll love it for the traditional costumes and customs, and you'll also love it for the food, for the fantastic pizza, the best pizza in the world. Make sure you get to try some. In Sorrento, I love to check out the hidden courtyards like this one with the beautiful tiles. And it's a good place to stay also in the city because it's calmer than the big city of Naples. And you can go out for the day trips to Capri, Pompeii, and other beautiful area along the Amalfi Drive. Sorrento is famous for its giant lemons. It's one of the best products that they have, with which they make limoncello and candies called confetti. Here's a shot that shows you how high up the city of Sorrento is. Down below you can see the cruise ships anchored outside the city, and then you have to make your way up to the town. And there are many ways to do that, but my favorite way is to just walk along the port area of the beach and in front of the beach cabins and take the lift. There's a new lift that will bring you through, it goes through the rock right up to the top of the cliff, and that's where the city is located. When you come out from the lift, you'll be near the San Francesco cloister, a beautiful area which is famous. Many Irish and English people have their weddings there. And what about getting around the town? You're in a small town. It's easy to walk, but some people like to go on the hop-on, hop-off train that chugs through the pedestrian area and brings you to see the highlights of the city. And if it's a hot day or rainy day, you might want to pop into a closed place like this beautiful house museum, Villa Coreale, which is decorated with art and antiques, and the hidden courtyard in the back of it is covered with lemon trees and a nice shady area for a picnic. Who knows what daily life will be like when we start traveling again? Hopefully there's these wonderful clubs for retired men where they gather in the morning to read the paper and have a coffee and chat with their friends. I hope they're still in existence. And you never know what you're going to run into in a city, a small town like Sorrento. We ran into a parade of cooks last time we were there, with the band leading them down the street. So we followed them and found they were having a special mass for the patron saint of cooks. But some things will never change. Some things will always be there, because Sorrento is famous for its artisans' workshops. They make inlaid wooden boxes and furniture like this man is showing you. And there's also a big museum with antique pieces of furniture made with the wood inlay, or intarsia. That's a nice souvenir to bring back from Sorrento. And the Via San Cesario is my favorite pedestrian shopping street, the original mall. On both sides of the street you'll find fashion shops, special sandal shops, limoncello shops, and tucked in between you might find a shrine like this little one you see here. It won't be moving like that though. Okay. You might want to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the button in the underneath. Also click the like button, and don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe. And that way you'll get updates when the next talk will be, which is coming soon, about Barcelona. Outside Sorrento, there we see Sorrento on the peninsula, but notice the whole Bay of Naples has many other sites that you can visit on a day trip. One of them is just along the Amalfi Drive, is the beautiful city of Amalfi. It's the oldest of the maritime republics, which were very strong, important places between the year 800 to 1200. It's nice to just wander around the little streets in Amalfi. Watch out for those Vespas, though, that will buzz up behind you. Okay, and then of course another beautiful city that is world famous for the VIPs and the Dolce Vita, Positano, along the Amalfi Drive. Watch out for the drivers on the Amalfi Drive, huh? Capri is one of my favorite places. It's a short boat ride over to this beautiful city or island that was famous even since Roman times. It was the holiday place galore, and two important places that people always go to visit are Tiberius's Villa and the Blue Grotto. And another beautiful villa is the one that was built by a Danish doctor, Axel Munthe, and these are just 2 or 3 shots of things that he found on site from Tiberius's villa and then installed them in his villa. And there we are. There's another beautiful Sphinx. So you can read also about it at the end of my talk. There's a reading list, and I'll mention the book that is about the villa of Axel Munthe. Here's the Blue Grotto, and for people who like to do extreme sports, take the cable car and go up to the top of Monte Solaro. This is the view you will have looking back to the Sorrento Peninsula. Then if you're an archaeology fan, you will be very happy to be in this area because there's Pompeii, Herculaneum, and then the Museum of Archaeology in the city of Naples. Very famous and really worthwhile. Don't do both in the same day. One day each one. Herculaneum, there's a picture of Herculaneum, and Pompeii are completely different, so they're complementary, they're not identical. Here's a few shots from inside the Archaeological Museum, very large and very important pieces. All the things that were found in those 2 underground sites are now conserved inside the museum. Here's your reading list. Make sure you have time now, so pick up copies of Pompeii Awakened by Judy Harris that tells the story of the rediscovery of Pompeii and Herculaneum, and then the story of San Michele, 2 excellent books for enriching and really enjoying your visit. You can also go on my website called Elegant Etruria. I write about central Italy and do audio guides for Viterbo and Civitavecchia. And when you want to contact me, that's my Gmail. Then there's Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. You can find me in all of these places. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next talk.